and he wanted to do that again. There's something like sexual assault, molestation. What is wrong with Nigerians for crying out loud? What is wrong with some Nigerians for crying out loud? Sorry for using that was for some Nigerians. What's it called? What's it called? I'm looking at it. What's it called? Mentally speaking. You're talking about assault. You tried what's it called? Engaging in harassment again, sexual assault again, and from that process, it's going to lead to rape. You're talking about he committed assault. What's it called? He does not commit. He didn't commit rape. It's assault. What I'm talking about? From assault, it's going to lead to rape. In fact, far from it. This issue of what's it called? Child molestation. Which is even rampant now. It's something that is very it's something that should be frowned against. It's something that is bad. Something that is what's it called? It doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. It's just so it is selfish. It's I don't know. As I'm even talking, I'm even pained because you're talking about a child. A child at age 7, being molested by someone of that caliber. Sure, you get, and it's so bad. It's just so bad. In fact, it's just so bad. I hope that I just hope that justice, justice irrespective of who someone is in the society. Justice just have to take its place. Its pride of place. I just hope that those that are involved in the case actually treat the case right. And and ensure that justice is done on the case. It's just so bad. It's very bad. Very bad. I just
Okay, so looking at this thing, do you think it's spiritual? Do you think it's possible? Like, there's any possibility that he was just sexually attracted to this girl, or it could be spiritual? It could be what? What do you think?
Okay,
does it seem normal? I'm sure it doesn't seem normal to my eyes. So what do you think?
Okay, okay. Looking at the world, whether it is spiritual, that someone is in his right senses, you actually see an underage child, let's say a child of 2 years old or 7, child of 2 years old, 3 years old, and now molest the child sexually. I don't think it is normal. It is very, very it is absurd. It is ridiculous. It is stupidity. Let me know if it was stupidity. It is bad. It is bad. So if you look at the law will not want to when you look into the law don't want to they don't believe they don't believe in anything spiritual or whatever. So want to look at maybe let's say maybe the medical aspect of it or the biological aspect, the medical aspect of it. I don't think the person is that the affection someone has towards a 2 years old or 3 years old to engaging with such a person in in sexual act or something. I think it is I don't want to believe it is spiritual. I think it's an issue with the person, which the person needs to address. Maybe medically speaking, maybe medically. I think it's maybe medically. So I don't want to believe it is something spiritual or something spiritual, something diabolical. I just believe it is I think it's an issue with the person, and in fact, I think it's an issue with the person, maybe medically speaking, but not spiritual or diabolical. So that's what I just think on that.
Okay, so a lot of people think that the comedian Princess is trying to get back at Baba Ijesha, or like that she's making all of this up. So do you think that she has a reason to try to get back at him, or do you think it's maybe she's having a war with Baba Ijesha? What do you think about it? Those views.
Okay, I don't. Let me take it from this angle. Someone who has been, according to the information gathered, someone who has been helping him come. Princess, who has been helping him. In several ways. Several ways, helping him to to get a form to IGC, and also helping him to gain process admission into University of Lagos School of First Choice, the nation's pride. And also she has been helping him. Definitely has been helping him in one way or the other. She So you get, and even as friends also. So I don't think someone who want to use that. I mean, want to try to get back at someone is trying to help. What does she stand to gain? She's trying to help him. I mean, she's trying to get back at him by making up a story that is not true. So I don't think what Princess is saying is wrong. For crying out loud, we're talking about child molestation here. Molesting a 7-year-old child, and after 7 years, and molesting a child at age 7, and after 7 years at age 14, coming back again, so you get, and even doing the same thing, trying to even repeat what happened repeat what happened 7 years ago. I think seeing that seeing her again after 7 years triggered something. And he wanted to do that again. There's something like sexual assault, molestation. What is wrong with Nigerians for crying out loud? What is wrong with some Nigerians for crying out loud? Sorry for using that was some Nigerians. What's it called? I'm looking at it. Mentally speaking. You're talking about assault. You tried engaging in harassment again, sexual assault again, and from that process, it's going to lead to rape. They're talking about he committed assault. He does not commit. He didn't commit rape. It's assault. What I'm talking about? From assault going to lead to rape. So what are we talking about? What are we dragging? They're just trying to find a situation whereby this guy or this this actor will be bailed and justice will not prevail at the end of the day. No, I just hope justice prevail in this case. And in this case, justice should just prevail in this case. So that's what that's my take on it. That's my take on that question.
Okay, so in his video, he admitted to doing this. He was apologizing all through. So do you think Nigerians should, forgive him or something and let the whole thing go out?
Okay. Number one, we are looking at the psychological drama and psychological effects that this has actually caused a 7-year-old child here. At age 7, you did that. And he came back again after 7 years again. So we're talking about the psychological damage this has actually done. That's one. 2, we're talking about We're talking about definitely several things have actually taking place. Psychologically in the mind of this child for several years and all. Thank God she even opened up to Princess and tell her this and this and this and it's what happened. Do you know what? Was have taken her to some other courage to talk. Some people don't even talk. They don't have that courage to talk. What if she didn't talk? What do you think would have happened to her for the rest of her life? Not talking to someone that she's actually staying with, and who would she be able to even talk to? That is someone that she's that close to, if not even Princess. If she has not even spoken to Princess, talking about the damage that this has done. Talking about okay, fine, maybe just we should forgive him, this and that. So I just believe that Yes, everybody deserves a second chance. But I think yes, he came out to apologize. Yes, which is actually it is okay. It is normal. So I believe I just feel that justice should take his place. But the fact that he has apologized, I think at least the punishment that will be given to him in this case will be a bit mild. It won't be as we should be a bit maybe considerable, yes, to some extent. But the fact that he actually apologized and admitted also that he's sorry, telling Princess that he's sorry, and that he actually admitted and he actually did it. So I think maybe some consideration should be given in the area of punishment or something.
So don't you think this is going to encourage other people out there that rape people to just apologize and get it mild?
That is another thing. That's why I was so careful of the choice of words I was trying to choose. Because I use the word consideration. Now, using the word consideration means that consideration means that there are different, consideration. Okay, fine. Okay, maybe in this case we actually this particular punishment should be given to this person. But some people what if we have cases whereby somebody raped some other people and killed them in the process. So are you telling us that we should consider such a person? No, someone that kills somebody should face. Someone that kills somebody according to the law should be killed, right? Yes. And this one is, thank God, it's not a death case. It didn't lead to death or something. So and again, he came to apologize. So I think I think his own issue. There are cases to this thing. There are gravity to these things. I think his own issue is not as deep as what's it called, what other culprits, what's it called, might have done in the past or so. So I just feel that, what's it called, you know, other people, I mean, for the fact that it's being considered or something does not, I mean, won't, I mean, does, I mean, it's not a function or does not mean that other people too will be able to get away with such when they commit such. Definitely, there's a law for everything. There's a law for the case of rape. If you commit rape in Nigeria, there's a law for it. So whoever commits rape should face the law. So I think that's how it should be. So that's just it.
So what is your advice to Nigerians, especially when the rape issue have almost become or have become a norm currently in our country?
Sorry, come again with the
Your
question.
advice to Nigerians as regards the fact that a lot of rape cases have been popping up, so as if it's becoming a norm. So what is your advice? What do you think is the way forward?
So I just what's it called? Yes, my the advice I can give, because I'm also a Nigerian, to us, yes. What's it called? Or not even to us, to those that are actually, you know, indulging in such acts, in the act of, you know, raping underage children, raping. In fact, it's not as bad as even maybe 8-month-old child raping raping what's it called, an 8-year-old child, 8-month-old child, 1-year-old, 2-year-old, what's it called, 5-year-old child. You know, the advice is just that they should just stop. They should stop it. If they don't stop it, they will face the law, and they should be, they should be punished for the offense that they commit. Rape should not be allowed in society. We all know the psychological drama that rape can actually cause to a child. Not only affecting the child, maybe mentally or psychologically, it goes as far as affecting the child's performance academically. The child starts performing poorly academically. Sure, you get, and from there the child becomes even, you know, if it's not properly coped, and if the child does not actually get proper, you know, therapy session with a psychologist or a therapist or a counselor, the child can decide to go wild and become wayward, and in the process the child becomes a miscreant in society. So you can see what this issue of rape can actually cause. So so my advice is that those that are indulging in rape should just stop it. Else they should just face it. So once they are caught, they should face the law. As simple as that. That's why if there is no offense, that's why we have the law. The law is there to bring culprits to book. Whenever they commit an offense, they should face the law. So I believe those that are actually involved in rape should face the law squarely. As a result of this, I think the issue of rape will become yes, hopefully a thing of something that will be something that will be a thing of the past, hopefully very soon.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for